Okay, so you get that email, right? The mandatory work party invite.
Oh, yeah. That specific feeling.
It's like part obligation, part,
Yeah.
well, maybe a little bit dread sometimes.
Definitely. It's this weird mix, isn't it? Professional life meets awkward social hour.
Exactly. And navigating that, well, it feels like you need a strategy guide sometimes. You're not alone if you feel that way.
It's tricky terrain. You've got the pressure to mingle, but also the fear of, that career-limiting karaoke moment.
Right. So think of this as our deep dive into surviving, maybe even, dare I say, thriving at the office party.
A survival guide. I like it.
We've been digging into this source, 101.pdf, basically pulling out the best tactics, how to dodge the awkward silences, skip the forced fun.
And get home with your dignity and job intact.
Exactly. We want to give you that quick hit of knowledge, those actionable tips, so you feel, well, maybe a bit more prepared. And perhaps see the funny side.
Okay, so we're going to cover things like what to do before you even show up.
Yep, pre-party prep,
Mhm.
then survival tactics for when you're actually in the party.
And tackling those danger zones, like you mentioned karaoke.
Oh, the karaoke trap, yes.
Yeah.
And also understanding that, not all office parties are the same. Cultural differences are a big thing.
That's a really important point, actually. Expectations can vary wildly.
So yeah, we're equipping you. Think.
Yeah.
Mastering the circulate and disappear move. Maybe hovering near the cheese board strategically.
The cheese board escape route. Classic.
Crafting what we're calling conversation grenades, small talk explosives, but, the good kind.
The kind that get you out of conversation.
Precisely. And digging into why someone's saying, oh, just one song at karaoke can be, let's just say, a prelude to an HR meeting. Ready to dive in.
Let's do it. So pre-party prep, the source mentions these conversation grenades. What exactly are they? Sounds intense.
Well, they're not about blowing things up, thankfully. It's more about having, pre-planned, super simple conversation starters.
Okay.
Things that are easy to answer don't require deep thought. Stuff like, wow, the traffic was crazy tonight, wasn't it? Or,
Yeah.
have you tried the mini quiches?
I see. Low stakes.
Totally. They invite a short reply, you nod, you smile, and then you have a natural point to just drift away.
So it's about controlling the interaction time without being rude.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Engage, but don't get entangled.
Right.
Which kind of leads to the next point from the document. Wear something forgettable.
Forgettable. That sounds a bit drab.
Well, it's strategic. The idea isn't to be invisible, necessarily,
Yeah.
but more like not memorable for the wrong reasons. Like, avoid being the person in the neon green suit.
Right.
Unless, yeah, the source does say if you're actively gunning for a promotion or something, maybe a bold color is a calculated risk. But generally, blend in.
It's about minimizing unwanted attention, I guess, so your clothes don't become the topic.
Exactly. You can observe, navigate more easily. Okay, then there's this one. Memorize one weird fact.
A weird fact. Like what?
The example they give is, did you know office plans can boost productivity by 15%? Something like that.
Huh. Okay, why? What's the point of that?
It's your eject button. Conversation stalls, you feel trapped, drop the weird fact.
It pivots the conversation.
Right. People go, oh, really? Or
Yeah.
just look slightly confused. And in that pause, you say, well, great catching up. And you're gone.
Okay, that's actually pretty clever. A bit quirky, but I can see it working. A quick Google search before you leave the house.
Totally worth it. So, okay, you're armed.
Yeah.
Neutral clothes, conversation escape hatches ready, weird fact, locked and loaded. You walk in, now what?
Now we get into the in-party survival strategies. First up, the circulate and disappear move.
Sounds stealthy.
It kind of is. It's about strategic movement. Don't just plant yourself in one corner.
Right.
Keep moving. The source suggests lingering near high-traffic spots, food table, drinks bar.
Because people come and go quickly there.
Exactly. Lots of brief interactions, easy to join, easy to leave. You show your face, exchange a few words, grab a drink, move on.
Like a social hummingbird.
Or, as the document points out, a strategically timed bathroom break can offer a longer escape if needed.
The extended disappear. Got it. Okay, what else?
The emergency phone call trick. This one's a classic, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. The old clutch the phone, look serious move.
Yep. A sudden, urgent work issue that needs your immediate attention, even if the emergency is just that you've run out of things to say to Brenda from accounts.
Ha ha ha. It plays on that professional obligation, right? People tend to back off if they think it's work.
They usually do, though it does raise that interesting question about, how much are you supposed to be your authentic self at these things versus just playing the game.
That is the eternal question of the work party, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which brings us to the fake diet shield.
Fake diet shield.
Yeah, another boundary-setting tactic. Just a simple, oh, I'm not drinking tonight, thanks. Or trying to lay off the fried stuff.
Ah, so it deflects pressure, like pressure to do rounds of shots or eat 10 sausage rolls.
Exactly. It's polite, requires no massive explanation, and just sort of shields you.
Sets expectations early. Smart. Okay, so those are good defensive moves. But what about the higher risk activities? Karaoke came up earlier.
Yes, karaoke. The source is pretty blunt about this, calls it a potential HR minefield.
A minefield. Why so strong?
Well, the phrase just one song is highlighted as basically a trap.
Uh-oh.
It's rarely just one, is it? Inhibitions drop, liquid courage flows, things get said. Or sung. Things that maybe shouldn't be shared with colleagues.
Yeah, I can see that. Professional boundaries can get blurry fast.
The source even mentions Sweet Caroline as a potential HR case study.
Sweet Caroline, really? Why?
Maybe the enthusiastic participation it encourages. The potential for overexuberance. It's not spelled out, but the implication is clear. Choose your song and your behavior very carefully.
Wow. Okay. So how do you dodge the karaoke bullet if someone tries to drag you up?
The doc suggests some creative excuses. Claim you only know obscure German opera.
Haha.
Or joke that your singing voice constitutes a workplace safety hazard. A little strategic weirdness again.
Better to seem eccentric than to end up in an HR report, I suppose.
Precisely. And speaking of reports, that listener story we saw.
Wow. Oh, the one about singing WAP?
Yes, at the holiday party. And the result, IT started monitoring their emails afterward.
Ouch. That is a serious cautionary tale.
It really hammers home that what happens at the party doesn't always stay at the party, especially in the digital age. Oversharing has consequences.
Definitely. And that idea of consequences and different expectations ties into the next big point. Cultural party fails.
Right. This is crucial. Office party rules are not universal.
No. What's totally normal in one place can be a huge misstep somewhere else.
Like the American open bar tradition. Great in theory, but as the source kind of jokes, it can lead to open HR files. People get relaxed, maybe too relaxed.
And say or do things they regret Monday morning.
Whereas you compare that to, say, Japan, where the source mentions mandatory after-party karaoke. It's not just fun, it's almost part of the team-building expectation. Different cultural value entirely.
Yeah, obligation versus optional fun. And then Germany.
Lengthy, formal toasting rituals. It highlights a culture where acknowledging hierarchy and showing respect, even at a party, is really important.
So you really need to be aware of the context, especially in multinational companies or diverse teams. Don't just assume your norms are the norms.
Absolutely. Misunderstandings happen so easily.
Okay, this has been a lot of good strategy. Should we recap the key survival tools?
Let's do a quick rundown. First, prep those conversation grenades, your easy in-and-out chat starters.
Great. Second, aim for forgettable attire blend-in. Don't stand out for the wrong reasons.
Third, have that weird fact in your back pocket for quick escapes.
Fourth, master the circulate and disappear. Keep moving. Use those high traffic zones.
Fifth, the emergency phone call trick for, well, emergencies real or social.
Sixth, deploy the fake diet shield to politely set boundaries around food or drink.
Then, approach karaoke like it's radioactive. Extreme caution advised.
Duly noted. And finally, remember those cultural differences. Be aware and adapt.
Phew. Okay, so listener, now for your mission.
The challenge.
Yes, we're calling it Party Spy.
Intriguing.
At your next work event, we challenge you to actively try this stuff. Deploy one conversation grenade.
Just one, see how it feels.
Use the emergency phone call trick once. We won't ask if the emergency was real.
Your secret's safe with us.
And finally, observe. Report back mentally to yourself, unless you want to tell us one genuinely weird or unexpected thing you notice. The example given was someone bringing their own spoon to the buffet.
Their own spoon. Okay, yeah, that qualifies as weird.
It's about putting these ideas into practice, becoming a more conscious navigator of these events.
Paying attention to the dynamics.
So go forth, mingle, or, convincingly pretend to mingle until you can make your escape.
May your small talk be brief and your exits unnoticed.
And hopefully that elevator music on the way out sounds less like bland noise and more like, I don't know, the sweet soundtrack of freedom.
A sigh of relief set to music.
Exactly. Okay, so next time on The Deep Dive, we're tackling another workplace challenge.
Oh, what's that?
How to perfect the art of nodding and smiling convincingly while your boss explains blockchain for the 12th time.
Oh boy, that's a necessary skill in the modern world. Definitely.